everyone, Momo from Pillars of Progress again. This is the part 2 of the introduction video for the Twitter retention mini course. Okay, on the screen I've put my Twitter handle and email address in case you need to contact me about anything discussed in this video, about the course or anything else. Okay, so I talked briefly about a right side heavy ratio, which is the idea that to promote authority you have to have more people following you than you are following, and it's a psychological effect on people when they look for who they should follow on social media, especially for Twitter. People look for authority. It's the same for consumers and creators. If they like a comment you make, they'll visit your profile, and that's your one opportunity to earn them as a follower. And it tends to evaporate if they see a left side heavy ratio. So if you have, it's not too bad if you have a few hundred more, but if you're following 4,000 accounts and you only have 100 people following you, you'll struggle to show that you have authority on what you're talking about, and you will struggle to gain an audience, and you will struggle even more to make money because people won't trust what you're saying, because they will think, well, this person's following people but no one's following them, I don't trust what they're saying. And you need to start off from a position where they don't have any doubts about your account. If you do have a very left side heavy ratio on your Twitter, it might be a good idea to start a new profile specifically for this course and going forward. But we'll cover that in more detail and how to do that within the course. Now there's an opinion around bigger accounts where they say you should wait until you monetize. I'm actually of a completely different opinion. I think you should monetize from day one. And that's what we'll be doing on the course. We will be putting it out there that we are there to sell something. You probably won't from day one. It does take time to actually start making any money, but you have to put it in people's minds that you do promote things, and that means that they have an expectation that you'll post things about that. I've seen a common mistake where people have platitude accounts. They zoom up to 10 to 20,000 followers, and then they decide it's time to monetize, and they don't sell anything, even though they've got a huge following. That's because the people who followed them did not expect them to sell anything. They might lose followers, or they might have absolutely no engagement when they try and sell things. If you do it from the beginning, people will know from the outset that that's your deal. You'll also reduce any what I would call low energy followers. You'll only get people but you won't only get people who you can sell to, but you've got a much higher chance. So to do that, you have to have a good bio to lure them in, and you also have to have a decent profile photo and a relevant banner which ties everything together. An email list, I'm also going to suggest doing that from day one. It's something I wish I'd done. You can get a free email list with review. I don't particularly like it, but it does actually post straight onto your profile, and it will give you the ability to promote from day one and start building a list. Email marketing has a much higher conversion than social media ads. You don't pay for it, or if you do, you wouldn't have to pay much, depending on who you use for your email marketing. I use ConvertKit, but Review is perfectly fine for what we'll need it. There are times where you could get a Twitter shadow ban. I've seen this happen to quite a lot of people for the most dubious reasons. And that means that no one will see the posts when they're tweeting, or they'll have a heavy block by Twitter on some of their posts. If they have links, sometimes Twitter bans them, their links only. So that can happen at any time. You could get all the way to 100,000 followers, and Twitter decides that they don't like what you've written, will shadow ban you, and you would then have absolutely no way of making money. If you have an email list and you get them on there early, there's no way for a social media account to have any effect on you. So definitely start one from day one, because that email list belongs to you, and you can back it up at any time to make sure you don't lose any of your subs. Another thing people struggle with is finding an affiliate program in your niche. So there are good and bad ways to do this. I would advise you avoid ClickBank or any of those types of platforms. They just, a majority of the stuff is absolute crap, and they've got a very high return rate because people buy the products and realize that they're crap. So I won't be suggesting anyone use ClickBank or similar sites. But I will help people along the way to find out what works for them. Typically, it's something that you use. An example is I'm part of the masterclass community and I'm invested in the Create 24/7 course from the same merchant, and I promote both of those because I use them, and I don't have to phone it in, I don't have to make up anything. And there have been many times where people have said, oh, I'm not sure, and I've given them an example and said, would you like me to do an over-the-shoulder recording to let you know what both of them look like? And in both situations it led to a sale. So that's the advantage of using something and promoting that. You won't get instant sales, but as I mentioned earlier, people know that you are there to sell. It's in their minds, so it won't be unexpected when you do try and promote something. I'm going to suggest avoiding spam techniques, so just throwing links out onto Twitter, it doesn't work. DMing people, it can work, but you have to do it in a authentic way, so we'll discuss that as well. And you don't just have to promote stuff on Twitter. Within the course we'll be discussing how you can search for affiliate products, some that you might use or have used, and I'll tell you how to apply for them. Engagement leads to growth. This is a big one. When you first get on to Twitter, you will have absolutely no impressions. You can have the greatest content on earth. If no one sees it, it won't make much difference. The way to cheat that system, cheat's probably a strong word, is to look for bigger accounts in your niche, comment under their tweets, and you have to do so in a way that they respond to positively and their followers do, and you'll get a lot of engagement straight away. Don't fall for the Twitter growth hack holy grail. There isn't one, but there are courses like the Create 24/7, which I have gone through, which is the closest out there. But engagement is the best way to grow. So we'll discuss that in more detail as the course goes on. The last thing we will also do is we will set up an affiliate system as we go through the course, which will be something along the lines of a traffic source, a lead magnet, and then how you monetize. So one of my affiliate systems is I use Twitter as a traffic source. I have a lead magnet, which is a free Twitter guide, and that brings people onto my emailing list, where I send out different kinds of emails, but within there are opportunities to sell. It's a very basic system. It is for the majority automated, Obviously I have to set the things up then, but they can run in the background, and as your Twitter account grows, your email list will grow. We will discuss how you make lead magnets, so all of that will be covered in more detail. I'll have another couple of different systems which I'll mention in case people want to do something more along the lines of blogging, but we will cover as many angles as possible. The outcome is that you will finish this course with a Twitter account that is monetized. You will have an email list ready. You will be able to improve your content. I'll help you set up a list system so you can follow people, like bigger accounts, medium accounts. I'll help you networking techniques. We'll cover everything, including affiliate stuff, so that you are in a position where you can try and make money. And it would be great that if you don't make money after this course finishes, you can at least start making money soon thereafter. And you'll also have an opportunity to be part of the community attached to this course, where we really can make it a target to sell something before the 3-month period ends. So that's it. The next update you'll have is a reminder of the course starting, and that'll be when week 1 begins. My contact details are on the screen again, so it's my DM, which is at pillar_progress for Twitter, and my email, momo@progresspillars.com. So feel free to get in touch, and I look forward to seeing you inside the course. Cheers!